Good morning to all of you. Happy Mahashivratri. Please remember, Mahashivratri is an occasion to remember the eternal truth of Shivoham, which means I am the truth, I am the eternity, and I am the beauty. Of course, you all know that the symbolism of Shivam epitomizes or adores the sustainability and respect for nature, because on his neck the so-called serpent is dancing, and on the head Mata Gangaji is flowing, and there is harmonious coexistence. Both of them perform their duties, and he has swallowed the so-called Gardamor poison in his mouth area, but he is sustaining. That is the greatness of Lord Shiva. Anyway, wish you all happy Shivratri. Our today's topic is very recently the Delhi High Court single judge Suresh Kumar Kait, he gave a beautiful decision regarding the application of the section 161 CRPC statements. Right. So the Delhi High Court held that section 161 CRPC statements need not be the basis to refuse the grant of bail. You all know that according to section 161 CRPC, the police have got the authority to examine any witness or any person connected with the investigation of a case. They can record his statements, they can reduce the same into writing, and the person is expected to, he is bound to answer or truly all the questions relating to the questions put to them, right? And here he can reduce into writing, and according to 161 CRPC, they need not be signed. So 161 CRPC statements are those statements written by the investigating officer as regards the facts known to any person and which are not signed. When they are not signed, so the evidentiary value is very less. You may be knowing the evidentiary value of the 161 statements is for contradiction and omission, not for corroboration. This is the main problem. Alright. So these such statements cannot be used as a weapon to refuse the bail. This is what is envisaged in this bail petition. So you can read this case as Junaid, Muslim name, Junaid versus State. Statement, State of NCT, National Capital Territory of Delhi. Junaid versus State 2020. Alright, if you go to the details of the case, it will be more useful. And this is an incident regarding that CAA, that is Citizenship Amendment Act proceedings, and it has caused much commotion in the entire state, particularly the Delhi state. So Hindu, the supporters of CAA, Hindu anti-CAA Muslims, they have formed into groups. They have fought with each other. There was stone pelting, there was firing by mob. A lot of incidents have taken place, particularly the Jamia Millia University incident. So many people have been arrested. All these things are there. Right. Now, what happened is some of them applied for anticipatory bail, no, regular bail. Already they have been arrested in non-bailable offences. Right. Now, this relates to crime number 84/20 under sections. Of course, sections are too many: 147, 148, 149, 153A, that is causing disturbance between two communities; 302 murder, 395 dacoity, 397 452 trespass after DHV, you can say. Then 454 506, so intimidation, and 120B IPC of Dayalpur PS, New Delhi. Right, Dayalpur PS, Delhi State, NCT. Right. So all these sections are there. Some people have been arrested, and these people, they have now applied for anticipatory bail. Right. So this incident took place on on 24 to 2020. This incident took place on 24 to 2020, wherein the Hindu mob, they have they have concentrated in an area called as Yamuna Vihar area, whereas the Muslims, they concentrated on Saptarshi area, and there was stone pelting, and some of the people fired from their weapons also, keeping the helmets across their faces not to identify them. This was widely published in the NDTV also. NDTV reporter, he has stated that some people have fired and the visuals were also seen. So they were examined as witnesses. The police already filed the charge sheet under section 173 CRPC. In that connection, even though the accused Junai, the charge, so many others, they were not there in the FIR, they have been added basing on the 161 statement. This is the main problem. So the 161 statements revealed their names, therefore basing on that the lower court did not grant them bail because during the investigation their names were also involved, therefore they cannot be given bail. Now the Honorable Delhi High Court stated that don't base on the 161 statements because some statements may not have a bearing on the incident. So even though they say that res ipsa loquitur, that is the photos or the videos of the NDTV are sufficient, NDTV people, they concentrated on only one area, not on the other area. The police should investigate on both the areas, then only they will come to a correct conclusion. Merely saying that from one side some people have fired, some Muslims have fired. What about the other side? There were sounds from the other side also. But these people are not able to focus their camera to the other side. Even the examination of witnesses, some laborers, some of the house owners, all of their statements were recorded. Since the statements were not bearing the signatures of the witnesses, then what is the use? They are only used for investigation purpose. But they can't be relied upon whether for granting bail or not. So here the Delhi High Court has clearly stated that the 161 statements, basing on 161 statements, you cannot decide whether to give bail or to refuse bail. So you have to see the preponderance of facts. You have to see whether the accused likely to commit once again the crime if released on bail, or whether the accused may threaten the witnesses. Like that points, whether it is a serious crime or not, those points only have to be taken into consideration. But simply, so likewise the police will be adding number on people because 147, 148, 149 are there. You can go for any number of the people. So now it is a clear indication that don't depend on the 161 statements for granting or for refusing the bail. This is a very good decision by the Honorable Delhi High Court. You can use it when your people are unnecessarily involved or basing on 161 statements. Suppose if their names are found in the FIR, we can't do anything because FIR is a basis for investigation. It contains so many material. So therefore, you cannot argue. But here, when it is based on 161 statement, definitely you can take advantage of this case. So please remember the case, read it and develop your legal knowledge. Thank you very much.